Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, today, folks, I'm playing various series videos I do for the lot. I'll go over there throughout food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, and folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. I really had to get that cough out. I couldn't, I could feel it tingling at the back of my throat. But anyway, folks, it's a super simple format. I'm going to go over there and try out food and or drink items. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm going to yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm yammering on about it, I'm inside the truck. Whilst I'm inside the truck yammering, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. Super cool shirt am I wearing today, folks? Boom! It's my Mantra of Morta shirt. Which, I think maybe I've worn this one in, like, earlier episodes? I don't know, man. It's been a while. Because, like, I mean, I love this shirt. It's a great shirt. I don't tag it in a lot in the rotation because, like, it does have, like, the really cool design with, like, all the band members and everything. And typically when it comes to, like, the more complicated shirts, it's like those tend to wear out faster. But, and there was no particular reason why I chose it today. It literally was just the shirt I grabbed. I'm just doing a few things around town anyway, so. But if you are not familiar with the band Mantra of Morta, they're a fantastic quasi-local band to me. I think they're out of Indiana, I want to say. Like, one of the surrounding states to me. I got to see them perform probably a couple years ago, I want to say. They were opening for a band that I was out to see, and they were really fucking cool. I got to hang out with them a little bit after their set. They really blew me away, and they were extremely nice folks. If you're interested at all, I actually have some video of their performance from that show. If you want to give them a check out. But anyway, what am I trying for you folks? What are we doing here? Well, this might be one of the least dignified things I've ever tried on this show. Maybe. But, boom! It is the 7-Eleven cheeseburger slider. Look at it. It's a little tiny microwavable cheeseburger. I was actually going to review this when I got off of work, because I got it at 7-Eleven on my lunch break, but then I noticed it said, oh, heat for 20 seconds, and I was like, alright, I gotta give it at least, the best opportunity to thrive. So, I popped it in for 20 seconds, let it cool down a little bit. So this is as good as it's gonna get, according to 7-Eleven themselves. Now, this is probably not going to be much of a burger, but it is still going to end up on my Burgers for Days playlist. That's where all my burger reviews go. This is like a new thing that they have, and I don't know why, but at the same time, I mean, whatever. So, we'll try to make it a little bit more presentable so that we can... Boom! Thumbnail! It's a little thing. Can we, like... I mean, it's not terrible, honestly, for a slider. That's actually a good size for a slider, I mean. So, but it is also a microwave burger, which, yeah, that's usually not good. But anyway, also this side didn't get really melted. It's still pretty much just the cheese. Let's give it a go. Oh, and I think, like, it actually does have a little ingredients thing on it. It is with American cheese, secret sauce. I don't want to know what 7-Eleven secret sauce is. And onions on a slider bun. And it cost me $1.99. So if this is good, that's not a terrible price. Let's give it a go. I've had worse burgers before. The sauce is the biggest player in terms of flavor, far and away. And I'm guessing the secret of their secret sauce is that they basically took Big Mac sauce and just went over there and maybe made it like, maybe a little bit more vinegary, like a little bit more acidity to it, because it's got more of a tanginess to it. It pops a little bit, almost kind of like French dressing, sort of. But, again, with more of a Big Mac sauce kind of in mind. You know what? I mean, it's not terrible. I mean, yeah, the bun isn't, the bun's been microwaved, so it's not going to be in the best shape. But, yeah, I mean, you can taste the beef. I mean, it's obviously not going to be standout quality beef, but like I've had way worse beef in microwavable stuff, whether it was from Great Value or like gas station spots. I've had way worse microwavable burgers. I'll say this to any potential onion fans: if you're really looking forward to the onions, they're pretty much a non-factor. Like, they've been microwaved, so like there's no bite to them or anything like that. They might be adding a little bit of flavor, maybe a little bit of a contrast to the burger sauce that they got going, but it is not pronounced or particularly noticeable. Home. I mean, I came into this looking at like I was probably just going to slag it off, but fact of the matter is I don't hate that. It's a microwavable burger. I know going into it, there have to be certain expectations that get lowered significantly. But everything is there. And really, with the exception of the onions, because like I said, I don't really feel like they factor in all that much. Everything else has flavor, which when you're talking about microwavable shit, that is actually a tent pole that you really want to have that you can stand on. Because a lot of microwavable shit is very bland. I wouldn't call this bland. It definitely doesn't properly celebrate the wonder and awesomeness that is a burger, but it's also not really trying to. It's, fucking microwavable burger from 7-Eleven. It's not horrible, and again, I think like it was like $1.99. It's not the worst fucking price for what it is. 7-Eleven, their stuff is, it knows what it is. And I've reviewed a number of 7-Eleven products over the years. They're obviously not trying to pretend that they're gourmet. But this is something you could go over there, take it, pop it in the microwave for 20 seconds for $1.99. And at the end of it, you get an okay tasting microwavable burger. I'll give it to them. I will give it to them. I mean, two questions still have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Maybe and sorta. That's going to be my answers to that. Maybe for me because, I hit up 7-Eleven probably about at least once a week or so. Sometimes a little bit more, sometimes a little bit less. It might be a couple weeks in between. And usually when I do, it's like, on my work break or something. And, they have the standard fare there for the food and stuff and everything. Maybe once in a while I could see grabbing one, popping it in the microwave real quick. It wouldn't be a go-to, but I don't mind that it's there as an option. And if I'm recommending it to people, you could do a lot worse. I will say this, you could do a lot fucking worse. Again, I have had, especially for from gas stations and convenience stores, I have had way worse, microwavable burgers. I'm not saying that makes it great. It's not. It doesn't compare to, a proper slider, White Castle or otherwise. But I think for what it is, I think they went over there and realized what they were working with. And I think they went over there and tried to, come up with a reasonable facsimile of, the slider experience, as it were. Anybody remember the movie Sliders? Or not movie, that was a TV series. I watched that for a while. It was pretty good. I think, didn't they try to bring it back? Or maybe they did bring it back. I don't remember. But anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day. Spectacular rest of the week. Monumental rest of the month. Spanish rest of your folks. You can go over there and have yourselves a truly oddly rewarding microwavable burger-tastic rest of your life, I mean, don't do that, because, like, that's still, like, so fun. Like, that bar is so low. You can do better. I believe in you. But maybe aim for that, and then, just supersede. Like, use that as your bare fucking minimum, because you can definitely do better. Final two things. Number one, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do can't do all the time. I know I can't do all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, it's always the easiest thing in the world not to be an asshole. I mean, I came into this review just being like, I'm going to go over there and I'm going to have all this stuff. I'm going to laugh at this thing, and it's going to be hilarious and funny, and it's going to be so shameful that 7-Eleven themselves are going to willingly go out of business just for the shame of it all. But, that would be me being an asshole if I went over there and I went that route with things. It's like, but that was my expectation. I mean, to a lesser extent. But at the end of the day, when we run into situations in our life, they're stressful, frustrating, etc. Or even if we find ourselves in situations where we have certain preconceived notions. Take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully to better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, maybe you're going to go over there and try the little mini slider thing from 7-Eleven, as I've done here today. And maybe like me, you're going to be surprised, like, hey, it's not that terrible. But then you're going to go over there and you're going to remember what the fat guy with the Mantra of Mortis shirt was talking about. And you're like, what the fuck is White Castle? Is that, what is that? Because apparently you live, I mean, to be fair, if you live in a different country, and realistically, even in the U.S., a lot of White Castles have shut down, so. But maybe you're going to go over there and you're going to go on a quest, right? Maybe you're going to bring your friend with you. And maybe it's going to be this big adventure, and Neil Patrick Harris is going to end up coming along, and, it's going to be a thing. And that adventure will be called, of course, Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle. And, I mean, that movie's fine. I remember when that movie came out, and, like, a lot of people, because it's a huge stoner movie, of course, and I remember a lot of people were like, man, these guys are going to be the next Cheech and Chong, and it's like, no. Now, to be fair, like, they've been super successful in their own regards, but it's like, I don't think they even wanted to be the new Cheech and Chong. It was just a weed movie. But anyway, or conversely, maybe just go watch Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle. I haven't seen it since my teenage years. I don't know how well it holds up, but I do remember there, like, were some fun moments and stuff like that. I like the one guy, the one black dude who played Malcolm in the Middle's wheelchair friend. He has this scene in a prison and everything, and I like his overall, like, outlook on things. It's fun. But anyway, bye.